that's why we're going to play off from that. We're going to do what we call kind of a blinis, a blinis, and we're going to use the yeast from the beer, because remember, yeast is one of the factors inside the beer, and we're going to use that yeast to make our blinis a little lighter and get a little bit more flavor.
Nice.
One fish I really like to use a lot at the restaurant is like those Artic cat, like the steelhead trout. I really like fish when it comes from a cold water. I think the fish is nicer, is firm, and it's one of those fish, it almost got a great value to it, because it's not a super expensive fish, but it's one of those fish like maybe 10 years ago nobody was really using, and now it's become very trendy in our industry. I mean, what I got is, I take some Artic cat, and I just, take my fish like this, and what I do is kind of like, when you do gravlogs, like you put some a mixture of, let me see, where's the camera on there? You guys see my bald spot here?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't have one. But soon I will have one, because I keep pulling out my gray hair, and that's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
I got some sugar, I got some sea salt, we're just gonna mix him up on the fish.
And although that might seem like a lot, remember what it's being used for is to cure. It's extracting the moisture out, correct?
And that's what, the Norwegian people was doing a lot of those methods when they was going and sailing. There was kind of a way to, get the fish conserving. One thing is important when you do anything like that, you want to do little overs that, because when the moisture will come up, the salt would kind of go away. And when the fillet, like that fish is not too thick, you don't want to do it for too long. It's kind of, this I will leave it for 4 hours. You see what I mean? When it's a big salmon or something, I will probably leave it overnight. You want that salt to cure through the fish. I mean, when I got this, when it's, for 4 hours, I will have like I got one ready. You don't have to wait for 4 hours.
Good.
It will cost us too much beer. But
it'd be a good 4 hours, though.
I got like one like this, and you see, like what I do is when it's like that, I just scrub the salt with a knife, and I got like a nice seafood like that, and you can see the color, like shiny become, and that's because it's cured.
Beautiful.
Let me know.
And once we take the salt, sugar off, how long will that hold for us?
Oh, it lasts for weeks easily. That because it's kind of it's a way of conservation.
Right.
You want to keep
which
in the cooler.
Which is really what it started as, right?
Absolutely.
Was just a way to preserve.
Yeah. And now we got this accomplished. We're going to do a blinis, but I think we're missing a mixer for that.
It's right here.
Okay, let's put him up. I mean, they're rushing me back there. They already sent the food out. Okay. I get too much fun when I start to talk about beer,
Any questions so far about what you've seen, you've heard? Has anyone cured their own salmon before at home? No? You have? A similar process? Sugar, salt, some herbs?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's really kind of a rules. We put a little bit fennel seed because we want that flavor of the fennel. I mean, what I'm going to do is take off my whole wheat flour, and I'm going to mix, some sugar, some yeast, some yolks, and some butter, and let them, just get the butter soft. Right? I mean, when David is getting the mixture, I'm going to prep here on the other mixer, some white eggs. And what we do is, when you do a dough like that, you always want to kind of let, the mixture, like the what we call activate the yeast. I mean, what we do for that, we just warm a little bit the beer. And it's two reasons for that, really, because you want to take away the foam, and when the beer warms, the foam will disappear. And it will activate the yeast because it's a little high in temperature that way.
So I love the idea of not really adding yeast, but letting the beer provide that.
We add a little bit yeast. It's just the beer reinforces that flavor in a way.
Okay, awesome.
The best thing about cooking with beer, let's look about cooking with wine as a whole. when you cook with wine, you take a bottle of wine, you put it in the bottle, you maybe add a little carrot, sugar, or some spice, and you reduce. And what's happening is the grape, the fruit, becomes sweeter, and you get kind of a sweet start. If you do the same process with beer, you will have that very aggressive flavor of the yeast and the hops. I mean, a lot of time when I do a sauce with beer, I reduce my sauce, my stock or my, Vilbon or something like that, and I add my beer at the end because I want to get the freshness of the beer. You see what I mean? I almost reduce to over thick, and I put the beer at the end. You have to be smart with those machines now. You need to go back to school.
Christian can do it.
Okay, we got them both going. That's, you got a different way you can use yeast. That's some fresh yeast. We have some dry yeast in there. The thing with dry yeast usually is about, you use about 4 times more of the volume when you use fresh yeast because, it's not dry. But, dry yeast work fine. That's a little more hard to find, but... Okay, I'm going to slice the salmon. I'm just going to do...
So just very, very thin slices.
Get some ready.
Beautiful.
I mean, you guys try a little bit of the beer, a little bit of the salmon together. It's almost a little salty, and I think that's why the beer is going very well with it. One thing people always don't realize also is when you eat a cheese like a cheddar or something like that, very granulate, and you have a beer with that, it's a very great pairing as well because you get that, effervescence of a beer. You kind of clean, those little residue you get in your mouth, and that's what, good pairing to me is. I think we all hear before, like, if you eat some seafood, you buy in some white wine. If you eat some beef, you buy in red wine. I don't know, come up with that line. If that guy's not dead, somebody should shoot him because, that's just so wrong today.
Because beer goes with it all, right?
No, I think it's the magic of, healthy living. It's not about not eating beer. It's about just, have a variety. Don't eat seafood every day or don't eat chicken every day. It's just, mixing up, and that's why you get the good energy, I think, in the food. Food become a very personal item. I mean, it's something, you put in your body and it will affect the way you feel during the whole day. I mean, you want to have some good quality in there. I got some food too.
Yes, you do. I'll take
I'm so lucky.
I think we're ready to mix the blinis.
Let's do it. I mean, I got the white, we just to a pick. When you do your white eggs, we know when it's ready is when you can move the button and the white stay on the button. It don't move. Otherwise still some liquid. And there it is. Yeah, I give you. And what you want to do is absorb it, like in a couple, in a couple times, maybe don't put everything at once. But like I say, if you do it at home, you will let the mass, like we call, the mixture a little bit activate. They will get so much lighter and nicer. We're making a mess. That's the nice thing about being a chef and a guest chef too. You go in somebody's home and you make a mess and he said, thank you for coming. I do that home, my wife yell at me. She make me sleep in the sofa.
I love it. Oh my goodness, that is so delicious. You're right, that little saltiness together with the Stella.
I think it's a good
perfect
balance. It's a good balance for what we're doing.
Okay, a little herbs. That should be good.
Nice.
Okay, tres oignons. Spicy.
I love that you're using whole wheat flour in the blinis as well.
Yeah, I think it's, it kind of give them a little more body, as
which again also stands up so nicely with the beer, so it's a perfect blending.
I gotta throw a little scallion, in the mixture just for. I mean, everybody gonna come Saturday night and give me some trouble behind the stand.
Who is coming to the party for the census? Okay, good number. Yes, I think we're all going to give you lots of problems.
Can you please leave me a beer or two to drink because I want to make sure we don't run out.
That we can do. Wow.
Okay, and we have a sauté pan, like a Teflon, and we're going to put a little bit of oil inside, and just we're going to do a little blinis with a spoon.
And if we were going to try to do this for a larger group of people, like you've done here, would you be able to do the blini batter in advance?
Yeah, I mean, you want, what the thing is, when you put the white eggs in there, you want to process right away. You don't want
Pretty
to let him
quickly.
set, because
Okay.
what's happening, with the heat, it will kind of come down, it will get, not as lighter,
Right.
like you need to be. Thank you.
So once you get those beaten in, you want to move pretty quick.
Exactly. And it's just very simple, just do whatever form you like, and you just let him cook like that.
They're just really little pancakes,
Yes.
right?
Pretty much.
Yes.
But that it's almost, when you do that, you almost want to get it, a little bit on the salty side, because, you're going to add the salmon, you're going to have the mousse. And what we do is for, I don't know if you guys see on the top of the blinis, we take some cream, and we take some cream, some salt, some beer,
Little
and
beer.
we
Lemon
warm
juice.
a little bit
Lemon juice.
lemon juice.
Yes.
That's easy.
And,
He loved me. He
and a
loved me.
little touch of salt.
Yeah, and
Yes.
we do like a cream, but at home you can very well use sour cream or something like that. It's kind of the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's and we the idea is to kind of create the foam of the beer, with putting some gas cartridge in there.
Nice.
It's very good.
Good.
It's good.
It's very good.
What do you think about my friend David? For French guys, it's okay, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as you don't talk, it's okay. It's like the people over there say, if you smell, your friend never smile. I say, no, it's French. Nobody smile in French. we like to play off each other because,
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
yeah, we're going to let him warm a little bit.
Right.
Maybe a little more fat.
And you just used a pretty neutral oil there,
Yeah,
grape
just
vegetable
seed
oil.
or
Exactly.
okay,
Vegetable oil is just fine.
canola, right? Okay.
And I mean, you can even use butter if you want to.
Yeah, usually chefs don't mind using butter.
No, and that's the thing also in America, everybody seems to be so afraid of butter, and it's nothing wrong with butter. I mean, sure, you don't have to eat like 3 pounds every day, it kind of stay with you, But
Yes.
it's like,
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Yes.
it's like, but I think, sometimes, I mean, you look at those synthetic, thing, and it's almost, to me, it's more crap in there, like to really a good butter is, That's why I think it's, having, good quality butter is nothing wrong.
And did you keep that love for great butter here, or do you use a Plugra or a European butter
I
at
use
Mirabelle?
Yes, I do use European butter in Mirabelle because I think you get a better butter fat content. I mean, I'd rather use a higher grade and use less
And use less,
to,
right?
to try to get that rich, finishing. And at my experience, it's like, it's a different ratio,
Right.
and I'd rather just use a higher quality.
And they seem to be such happy cows, so that seems to make a difference too.
Maybe we feed them with beer. That's
Maybe.
why,
You never know. It's better than water, right?
But that's, really what it is in cooking. I mean, I always say, my philosophy is very simple. I say, I'm not a magician. I mean, you give me good food, I will cook good food. You give me like a can of beans, I'm sorry, it's like, it's gonna taste like a can of beans, It's like, it's just all magic, And that's what a lot of time, people, it's a big thing now today with the chef, and, we all look very cool with clean jacket, but that's just so little of a profession. I mean, a profession is a lot of hard work and, dedication to, become, respected in the industry. And that's why I think, when you see we do that foam, and you look like the foam of the beer, that's kind of the whole idea. It was just,
Yeah, it is. That's beautiful.
add some on. And I got a little bit of tapioca eggs, just to give it a little crunch.
Nice.
And we got little microgreen. I mean, this thing is beautiful. I mean, nowadays, Epcot Center growing their own lettuce is amazing. I mean, you have to go over there. I told them I'm going to move here.
Yes, yeah.
I've become a big fan of Mickey Mouse.
We like that. Mickey Mouse. My goodness,
And
that
we
is
just,
beautiful.
And I think cooking demonstration for me, what I believe when we do that, we want you guys to go and say, you know what he did, I can do it and I can duplicate. Because if, when you go to Mirabel, we're there with like 9 chefs, and sure, you should eat something spectacular. But if we do that kind of food when in front of you, you're going to say, that's crazy. I give up cooking,
Yes.
It's like if you do a marathon and you go for 10 miles the first day, you'd never do another marathon, you know what I mean? I think it's like, it's an education, and the idea is to say, it's sample enough and we might try something like that or similar, or at least take that one of those ideas and maybe set to use with salmon, maybe use with some tuna, sashimi, or, just use one of, and that's what cooking is all about, as a chef. When you go eat somewhere, you take an idea. That doesn't mean you will, duplicate exactly what they do, but you might take something you like in the flavor mixture and just, create your own kind of version of it,
So even if we decided not to cure our own Arctic char, but we could get a cured salmon.
Sure, or smoked salmon.
Or
even.
smoked salmon
Yeah.
and put a top it, and just make the bellini.
Absolutely.
We could do a creme fraiche.
yeah.
And, so we could take one element and kind of
And
make it
play off
happen.
from it,
Yes.
absolutely.
As long as we have the most important
I know.
element.
I think
Yes.
I think I'm about due for a beer.
Yes, I think so. You've done very well dry.
It's, anyway, I mean, it's like, no beer for you, mister.
No beer.
No
I
way.
do the work and I can't drink.
Yes.
This is like recession.
Cheers.
Cheers.